What's up, guys? Welcome back to MLG. You guys having a good time? I know I am, Artosis.
I am too, Tasteless.
Got nerd chills. These games are so good.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing... Oh, my God. We just got a little update.
Yeah, we just received an update.
Boxer just beat Sase. And he's going to be playing against Hydra next.
That is going to be so awesome. Can't wait to see that game, man.
Oh, seriously, Tasteless. That is going to be absolutely awesome.
Oh, the results of this tournament so exciting so far. I just need to get confirmation from the two players that we can go and get this started.
The STC may be eliminating Boxer, yeah. He might do that later, but
maybe later.
He might be getting rid of Bomber here as well in the winner bracket. The game is starting, Tasteless.
It's time. I actually think STC is going to beat Bomber now after seeing that game. That was impressive. Bomber had a great opener, but the STC is actually like a genius.
Yeah,
in the way he handles everything.
So many smart moves there, Tasteless. He was all over the place.
All right. On to the game. In the blue, a player who wowed Artosis and myself. Very brilliant play. Perhaps not as good macros as his opponent, but, you know, sometimes all you need in this is good strategy. Here, give it up for the STC. That's how you say it, right? The STC, not the stick. The stick? The stick. Now, over here in the upper right, a player down one game. He was the favorite, but he's getting outclassed. Give it up for Bomber.
Well, the map is dual site. I do predict both players are going to go Marine Tank again. They are really loving it. No longer happy with those Blue Flame Hellions only getting +5 attack.
Yeah, you know, small changes like that Blizzard do in the game completely change the metagame.
Indeed, they do. Well, we're going to have to see what type of builds they open with. Will Bomber go gas first again or just go for a quick barracks? Neither player opting to wall in with their first depots.
And, you know, one advantage of not walling in with the depots is the SCV gets back to the minerals right away.
That's very true. Both players going for barracks at the same time. And look at that. On the production tab, we can see everything lined up.
And as you can see over here, we have the refinery coming up.
And hello to the Blue Stream. We're now replicating over there. Hey, guys.
Greetings, Blue Stream. We are now on both streams, so welcome.
We might be flanking you if you're watching both streams at once. Little pincer stream attack going on.
I know. One that only the STC could pull off. There we got the SCV moving out over here for Bomber.
Both players getting their gas at the same time. This might be identical builds coming out of our two players here. And, I mean, if it is, I feel like that's going to be a little bit better for Bomber. You know, STC seems like someone that outsmarts people rather than out-macros them. So, in that case, you want to do a different build, not the same. Macro players really excel when you're trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, when you're in a mirror situation, you're absolutely right. Being against a macro player can be so deadly, so dangerous.
Well, both players actually going for Reapers. We have not seen both players go for Reapers, I think, ever before. Tasteless.
I know. We never casted a game like this. I actually don't know what you do if you're both going Reapers. Let's say that they go past each other.
Yeah.
What do? They just kill each other's SCVs off? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to say. You know, with both of them going Reapers, that's actually really interesting because this map is a great map for Reaper. There's a lot of places you can jump up into the main base. Of course, there's those 2 watchtowers that you can control. There's also gold bases, so stopping people from scouting can be a huge part of it.
Quick expand here for the STC.
2 Reapers out in the map, Tasteless. What
will they pass each other?
Oh, man, it looks like this STC might be behind here because of this Reaper. Nope, does not go behind the grass there. Of course, with the grass, his Reaper cannot go in there to attack.
Both players continuing to make Reapers here.
That's right. When you see each other go Reapers, I wonder how many you end up making.
I know, right?
If you have 3 Reapers and your opponent has 2, you just go and kill them with Reapers? It's pretty crazy. In fact, both of them making additional Reapers right now. Both of them adding 2 barracks right now. Both of them adding command centers and SCVs right now. They're this is Archon Terrans, man. They're doing the same build at the exact same time.
I can't believe it. We have, I actually am so excited to see, what are you supposed to do when you're both in a Reaper race? Well, where these guys are going to have the answer. It looks like, obviously, apparently you both go combat shield while you're doing it, since they're both doing that right now.
Looks like both are stopping Reapers at the same time here. Everything is exactly the same for these two. This is absolutely amazing. 27 supply for each as well. And the only real difference is the STC's expand is getting up just slightly quicker.
Okay, the Reapers are now moving out. More Marines on the way. Reactored Marines, so it's going to be a very Marine-heavy opener from here.
Yeah, we should see a lot of Marines going on.
Uh-oh. The Reapers are about to meet each other.
Oh, and here we go. This is, well, okay. Bomber just destroying it. Looks like he targeted and the other Reapers did not. So now he has 2 Reapers against his opponent's none, and that's quite a difference. And taking down a Mule even, wow, these Reapers actually being worth so much.
A Reaper now escaping, but look, the Reapers definitely did the damage they needed to do. Destroying that 1 Mule is going to give Bomber in a little bit here 300 additional minerals ahead of his opponent.
That's right. You know, we do have one little difference right now. Bomber has added on a couple reactors, as we see here, and that's going to allow him to produce more Marines. They're both getting stim at the same time. Both have combat shields already, but simply put, Bomber is going to have a certain portion of this game where he just has more Marines.
All right, it looks like Bomber, very confident right now, is just going to try to move his Marines out despite, I don't know. Actually, hold that thought. This game is getting so weird, Artos. We don't cast Terran versus Terrans that look like this ever.
I know, it's just a bunch of Marines walking out in the middle of the map after the Reapers all end up killing each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. We do have 31 SCVs for Bomber, 32 for the STC.
Now, in Marine versus Marine, it's a very fragile situation. Marines kill each other off so quickly.
That's right.
It just has to do with the arc in which they engage. And once you get a slight lead in that battle, you start to gain a lead exponentially.
That's very, very true. You know, Marine battles just suddenly go in one direction. You hit this critical mass where you have more than your opponent by a certain amount, and just everything dies in like 2 seconds. It's very, very unforgiving.
Yeah, it can even be the person who stimmed a second sooner.
That's right. It could be. You have to be very careful because of that. You also have to be careful with your medevac counts, especially if you're going to run, as medevacs are pretty slow. Even though they fly, Marines can outrun them with stim.
That's how good that stim drug is you take one and you actually outrun a flying thing.
A flying thing. Yeah.
A medevac, an airplane.
Well, both of them getting their upgrades right now, just such similar builds. It's coming down to a lot of macro right now. We see that even with exactly the same builds, well, Bomber is jumping up just tiny bits more, and then the STC catches up. So he's like just seconds ahead as far as macro goes.
And just controlling the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Actually, excuse me, both Xel'Naga Watchtowers. The STC definitely having more presence in this game.
I know, he's like Santa Claus right now, Tasteless. Well,
they acquired a ram. Look at that. They got a pet ram.
Oh.
The only other ram they can reproduce with on the map is down here. Hopefully they'll find each other sometime soon.
I hope so. It's sad.
It's sad. It's lonely being that creature on this map.
It is. Well, looks like a bunch of Marines may be meeting in the middle. Bomber moving out as soon as he has those medevacs. In fact, they haven't even caught up quite yet. They are coming, though, and the STC walking the other way. And this is actually...
We could have a base trade.
Yeah, we may be getting into a base trade right away here, but Bomber is actually up by 10 Marines right now because of those earlier...
They're engaging.
Wow, this is actually going to be a base trade scenario already, Tasteless. And a bunker is out, but no, it does in fact go down. Yeah, in the meantime, he's going to lose that command center very easily. Bomber just going to go up the ramp into his opponent's base, and this might actually turn into a scenario.
This game is going to be insane.
Yeah, I think we're actually just going to see floating buildings around, Tasteless. This is pretty crazy. Bomber right now, though, sending a ton of units up. He might be able to break off the STC here.
Yeah, the STC just didn't quite control as well.
No, it looks like he did not, and that is it. Bomber.
Oh, that's so funny. I actually thought it was going to be a base trade for a little bit there.
Well, you know, Bomber brought all of his units up into his main base when this started happening. Yeah. And that is the only reason he won. Half of STC's units were down at the bottom. He had that bunker with 4 Marines in it and a siege tank. He lost all that and a bunch of SCVs trying to repair it. And that's how the cookie crumbles. You have to actually hit it with a very concentrated force. Those Marines get healed oh so quickly.
Yeah, if you notice, Bomber took priority to get inside the main base, standing in front of the barracks. So the moment any weak lone Marine pops out, it can be gunned down. Meanwhile, STC, a little bit myopic decision making, shooting down the orbital instead. That's not how you want to do it if you're in a base trade scenario. We'll be right back with the final game between Bomber and the STC. See you soon.